everybody! Hey, how's it going? It's June 11th, 2025. It's a Wednesday. Robert's here, calm and relaxed. We've been doing a little bit of training, watched some videos online, and they seem to be working really good so far. Not 100% complete, but yeah, we're getting there. Basically, I've been entertaining the idea of him being rambunctious and chewing on me, and if I ignore it, he loses interest. And if I reward him when he's doing things that I want, he'll associate that with being the behavior he should have. So, we're getting there. Don't worry, buddy. You can lay your head on my lap. Just don't jump on me, okay? Did you hear something? Smoking me. Abner, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining me this morning. Or joining us, or however you want to phrase it. Love to have you here. It's National Corn on the Cob Day. I haven't had corn on the cob in a while. But I did find the best way to cook it. The best way to cook corn on the cob, in my opinion, is on a grill. And you leave it in the husk. Don't do anything to it. You buy it at the store, and you just put it on the grill, husk and everything, rotate it a couple times, and it won't burn. All the moisture inside the husk will steam that corn. It'll be so soft and tender. You won't have to add butter to it. It'll taste so sweet already. And you chop off the very end that has all the hair on it, if you wish, and you can just peel the husk right off the corn on the cob, and it's delicious. That's my little recipe for corn on the cob. You could do that in the oven too if you don't have a grill outside. But yeah. Yeah, we got our would you rather question on there today. In your wood oven. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, he showed us a picture of his wood oven. It's like he just said, the meal is badass, but the whole thing looks badass, you know? Hold a second, I gotta turn this fan towards me. There we go, that's a little better. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, National Corn on the Cob Day. Oh yeah, he does pizzas in it and everything. It's really nice. He sent a pictures in the Discord. If you go to the Discord, you can see pictures of it. It's impressive, and he built it all himself. I know, with his own two hands. He's a talented, handy guy. Hi, Kine. I can listen to you. We'll give you a shot. What you got there, Kine? Do you have a cup of coffee? And are you in good spirits? Also, while he's putting up his question, Ramesh may be able to back this one up. Hi, Cheryline, or Cheryli. Thanks for joining us. It's National Corn on the Cob Day today. In India, there's a good news story. This is where we try to focus on good stuff. This 12-year-old girl plants 150,000 trees in India, becoming the reforestation leader in India. That's pretty damn impressive. I don't know how long it would take to do that, but you'd have to really be moving to plant 150,000 trees. You know? What's the meaning of life? If I had to give you anything, is the meaning of life is just try to find the good and be happy. Do good things and find the good things. There's Nietzsche. I know it may sound cliche, but you know, but why? Why find the good things and things? What's the whole meaning? That I really couldn't tell you. If you want to get down to like why are we here and what's our purpose? Our purpose is to be kind to each other, if I had to say anything. You know. I know that when I walk down the street, if somebody smiles and waves, I'll smile and wave back. It feels good. You go to the store and somebody's polite and they say thank you. That feels good. You know? And and they feel good when you do the same thing back to them. Oh gosh, you guys are giving me way too much credit to teach you how gravity works. Oh, well, if you want to say that, God gave us free will. So you have to choose. And all you got to do is choose good. It really is that easy. Yeah. Well, don't worry, Ramesh. Some people in the poll are willing to explain everything to you for a week. So, yeah. Thank you for subbing. But yeah, Ramesh is our one of our long-term members of the channel here. He's in India. He visits us every morning. He's learning some stuff from us. Hopefully, nothing bad. And we often have to explain things to him. He's kind of, you know, he doesn't know things in the United States or Europe that we kind of reference and things to. So, yeah. And then Terry is our one of our members who's a truck driver. Has a beard, a gut, and he likes stretchy britches. So, or at least that's how we frame him. Yeah, he's not. Oh, there he is. There's Terry. Uncle Terry! If he knows our will. See, we didn't have... Well, I guess you could argue that we always had free will if you follow the whole Adam and Eve story. And he gave them instruction not to do something, but they chose to do it anyway. So initially, we've always had free will. We can... you can... The Discord link is in the description of the channel. You can hit me up on there if you like. Start a conversation one-on-one, and I'll talk to you about it all day long. I don't mind. But if you want to do that, I'm happy to converse with you more on that. Yeah, he's a stretchy britches enthusiast. I just said I could do it on Discord with you, Kyan. So if you look in the description of this video or on my channel, yeah, hit me up and we can discuss. I am not a scholar. I can tell you what I think and some of my life experiences, and we can go on there too. Give us California. Well, we took it. It wasn't given to us. We took it. Yeah, so the big pizza oven that Random has in Australia, it's got a concrete dome on it and everything. I'm sure he had the trowel and he did all that stuff. It's impressive. It is impressive. I wonder how long does it take to heat that thing up? That brick oven. Are you using like propane, natural gas, or are you throwing firewood in there? How are you heating that thing up? Oh, you got a new picture this time? Okay. 90 minutes to heat it up. Wow. With firewood? Good old hardwood. Okay. Well, damn. 90 minutes. So you really have to plan ahead. It's not like using a microwave. You can't just like, oh, have this. Boop. You gotta be really, I don't know. I don't guess you have hickory. That's what we would use here in the States. Hickory is a type of hardwood that burns really hot. And it's used for smoking and cooking and barbecuing, things like that, along with like apple wood and some other pieces like that. But, yeah. Red gum and eucalyptus. Huh. Does it burn really hot? Because if you... Look up a stick of hickory where it's been split and what it looks like. You got your bark, you got your tan looking wood, and in the center it's just like this pinkish red in the center. And it's all that resin and stuff in there, and it burns super hot compared to other hardwoods. So yeah, I know that's what wood, but I didn't know what red gum is. I've obviously heard of eucalyptus, but long burn, yeah, hickory does the same thing. Oak burns a long time too. But where is he getting that wood? Well, it's not all desert in Australia. They've got forests and stuff too. Oh, speaking of that, I went to Lowe's. I've been to Lowe's a million times. I was buying this little piece of wood. I just needed a little piece of 1x2, 6-foot long piece of trim. Simple. It wasn't even, I think it was like pine or something like that. I wasn't trying to get any fancy. I just needed it for this little project. No big deal. And I was looking to make sure the tag was on there so I could scan it at the register and not have to blah, blah, blah. And when I looked at the tag, it says product of New Zealand. You mean to tell me it's cheaper to chop down their wood, let them cut it up and shape it and ship it all the way to Georgia than it would be just to cut a tree down the street? I was like, what? A piece of just, yeah, a common piece of wood for trim pieces, and it was from New Zealand. I don't know if it was pine or not, but it could have been spruce, or I don't know exactly what type it was. It didn't matter. I just needed something that, for a little project. So I wasn't looking for anything like oak or cedar or something like that. It's just a standard piece of wood, if you will. It was from New Zealand at the Lowe's here in Georgia. Stuff like that just blows my mind. You know? It's so much cheaper to get it from there. And the stick was like $2.50 here in the States. So for $2.50, Lowe's got their profit. It got transported halfway around the world, and people got paid in New Zealand to make it. Sorry, New Zealand, you got to up your wages. All right, Kyan, that's cool, man. Freaking Kiwis. What? They sold it to the Chinese for 100 years. Holy cow, that's crazy. All their pine forests in Australia, but the government sold it to the Chinese for 100 years. That's what? For 100 years? Damn, man, that's crazy. Wow. That is wild. I can't, yeah. A lot in your state. That is, yeah, I don't understand that. I really don't. Oh yeah, China owns stuff all over. They own land in America, China, probably in every country. Just like we do. I mean, the United States owns plots of lands all around the world as well. Now, Johnny. Not everybody in California is bad. Yeah. So when did that go down, Random? When did that happen? Is the 100 years almost up, or is it just started? That's wild. They couldn't see the bigger picture. They just sold the forests for 100 years. So, I don't know how often you can reap the benefits of a pine forest. I think it's like every 20 years. I'm just guessing. Just a couple of years ago they did that. Damn. So if they cut down the pine and immediately plant saplings in its replacement, they could turn over those forests probably 5 times. Because you got to let the tree grow, right? 20 to 30 years, yeah. That's wild. That's wild. And then people, you know, make jokes, give me a paper receipt, I'll kill another tree or whatever. Trees are like crops. And I know we are cutting down more trees than we need to, but sustainable forests and companies that want future investment, when they go down a tract of land and chop down all these trees. They put saplings in its place. So by the time they get to the end of the run, they can start over at the beginning again and come through and chop all the trees down again. So, but still, that's wild. That's wild. It must have been, I don't know, what, I have so many questions. I don't know, we try not to get into political stuff too much. Here's a little fun fact, this day in history, E.T., the movie, released on this day in 1982. E.T. phone home. Yeah. The little robotic alien had Drew Barrymore in there as a little bitty girl. Man, she looks a lot different, doesn't she? Yeah, E.T. Steven Spielberg was 34 years old at the time. And he did science fiction classic E.T., which released on 82. And it goes on in the story more. But yeah. Okay. Sapling planting is awful. They should grow naturally, but, you know, everything we eat and consume used to grow naturally somewhere. And then humans were like, man, this is good. Let's make it in a certain area and concentrate it and grow it. Corn, tomatoes, potatoes, all kinds of different things, you know, agricultural type stuff. So, yeah. Oh, Johnny's getting his new camera for his hat. He's experimenting, buying on Amazon Prime so he can return it if he doesn't like it. Good thinking. Let's see how our poll is doing. Uh-oh, we're 50-50. People want to be stuck in a room with Uncle Terry or explain everything to Ramesh. It's a 50-50 tie on our poll. I don't know why I thought of that. But I thought, you know, people would sit there and think for a second, if they know Terry and Ramesh, which one they would choose. Oh, you think E.T. was his worst movie? Wow. I mean, you got to think back when it came out. I don't think it's his greatest movie he's ever made, granted. Probably Back to the Future is his most popular that I can think of right off the top of my head. But at the time, it was really cool, you know? It was very inspiring for kids to think that, you know, oh, they harbored this alien and it's friendly and helped him fly on a bicycle, you know, and did all this little stuff. And, you know, I always like those 80s movies when the kids are the focus and they have all these little gadgets and things like that. And they're trying to, you know, come together as a group and find solutions and get things done. Yeah, without cell phones or internet. Okay, so Uncle Terry will bring the microwave bologna and Ramesh will bring the brown sugar. Well, I mean, you got to think about it. It came out in '82, so you know, Star Wars had came out. People want to see stuff about, you know, space and aliens and all that stuff. And then E.T. come out, like, whoa! And you got to think the '80s too was like a time when all these little electronic things were really coming out. You didn't see it in the 60s and 70s, but in the 80s, you had the Walkman, you had gaming systems coming out, in the late 70s too, as well. So, but it was like this dawn of the era where everything could run off batteries, and you could have these little gadgets and doodads, and people were inventing stuff in their garages and stuff, you know? And it just, that's like the Back to the Future, the scientist who sat in his little garage, did all these silly little inventions and stuff until he bumped his head and figured out time travel. But yeah. Well, I did not take that in consideration. So if you got stuck with Terry or Ramesh, you might want to consider what kind of food they would serve you. Terry would be microwave bologna and Ramesh would be curry. So they changed it to make it family oriented. It worked. It was a blockbuster. It worked well. But yeah, looking back at it now, you can, seeing those movies as I grew up as a kid and watch them today, they look so cheesy. They look so cheesy. They didn't have CGI. They were doing Muppets and clay figures and things like that. A horrible story. Abnorm is really anti-E.T. movie. Did it scar you or something, Abnorm? Did it touch something that disturbed you? I didn't know you harbored such harsh feelings toward the movie's E.T. That's we need to dive deeper into that too one day. If you like, you can join me on the Discord. We can have a conversation about it. Oh man, I just didn't know I was going to touch a nerve with the movie E.T. His little finger light up, and he wants to call home. Let the guy go. I remember just little bits and pieces of it. I watched it when I was a kid in the 80s. I've never watched it since. Every movie. Well, yeah, because a lot of movies were blockbuster back then. Think about it. They're all original stories. Today, everything's a remake. Or, episode 6 or something like that. A lot of movies in the 80s were original storylines, and a lot of the stuff, the blockbusters try to predict the future and technology and science and all this kind of stuff, like Terminator and all that kind of stuff like that. At the time, it was cutting edge, and people had not seen that kind of stuff before. It was like, what is this? It's so wild. What was that one Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, True Lies? And I saw some little clip on YouTube, scrolling. And it was a scene where he had the Harrier jet next to the building. His daughter's holding on to the canopy of the cockpit. And they're just kind of hovering there. And this guy's on the back with an AK telling him to... It looks so damn cheesy. And then he flips the plane, catches the guy on one of the missiles, and shoots him off towards his buddies and blows them all up. The graphics on it was just... I remember watching it at that time going, whoa, did you see him in the Harrier jet, man? And he shot this missile, and it was so cool. And then go look at it now. Go look at it now. It looks cartoonish. It's so cheesy. But at the time, you're like, that's crazy. That's wild. Whoa, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Nobody's watched E.T. twice. You want to talk about Little Pony? I bet you do, Terry. I bet you do. Oh my gosh. Hey, if you're just joining us, we try to have fun on here. I'm reading the chat. We're going back and forth. I present a couple little things to kind of lighten your day over a cup of coffee. I have my dog sitting over here behaving. And yeah, so this is what you get if you join us every morning. And I'm only on for 30 minutes. Quick and easy. And maybe you'll laugh and have something to talk about later on today or think about that can make you laugh as well. And if you, I guess we're on this E.T. thing now and 80s movies. Wall-E was a cool movie, but that's, it's one of those movies where they're trying to push an agenda for environmentalism, which is fine. It's good. You had that era where all the movies were about saving the earth from ourselves and that type of thing. Yeah, AI is going to be making a bunch of this stuff. Actors and stuff like that are going to start losing jobs. All these dreams of going to California and being a famous actor. It's going to, if it gets hard now, wait till you're battling with the people who are already there as professional actors and AI. It doesn't matter what you look like or what you smell like. If you can sit in front of a computer and program AI to make a movie, that's what's going to make it. Random. What? Oh, I didn't think of that, Abnorm. You're right. Short Circuit was a cool little movie. And then Wall-E did, yeah, now that you mention it, Wall-E is like a ripoff of Short Circuit. See, they can't come up with an original story. Yeah. Johnny Five, Alive, all that good stuff. No, I've had this shirt for a while. I've had this shirt. But if you like this shirt or any other ones, I got them in that Amazon store. It's also in the link in the description. You can click on there. And I got some other shirts that I put in there that I wear during these shows if you're interested in them. Come in your size too, Terry, I'm sure. Was that triple XL or something like that? Oh, Ramesh doesn't need us. He's got Chat GBT. We're chopped liver to Ramesh now. Just go, everybody go ahead and take note. Mark this day. Ramesh doesn't need our help anymore. Oh, what's what did he call Terry? Sugary or something like that? I watched like 2 videos on how to train your dog from jumping on you and stuff, and it makes total sense. And a couple other ones is like, if he don't make eye contact and don't push back, because the dog wants to wrestle and play rough. And if you're pushing back, the dog's like, oh, we're having a blast. This is awesome. So, but if you just completely ignore it and don't make eye contact like it didn't happen, they'll lose interest in it, kind of like bullies and stuff. But I'm watching him in the corner of my eye, and when he sits and looks at me, I immediately turn around and praise him. So I'm just going about my business. He's jumping and jumping, and he stops. And as soon as he stops and just kind of looks at me, I turn and I pet him and give him love and attention right then and there. And then I start walking again. And I did that for a little bit, and he's not 100%, but it's better. Indian Anna Jones. we need a Bollywood version of Indiana Jones. Yeah, when they came, Disney took over Star Wars and all the other stuff. Oh yeah. So Ramesh is in India, Random is in Australia. They're in the future. They're going to tell us how our day is going to be today. Ramesh says it's a 7.7 out of 10 day today. We'll see what Random says his forecast for today is going to be. And then Terry is our truck driver. He gives us our traffic report. Take these with a grain of salt. But yeah. And then we have the Magic 8 Ball to concur with too, if you like. So look at there. Ramesh said 7.7 out of 10, and Random said 7 out of 10. It's going to be a decent day today, guys. They're in the future. They would know. The world didn't end. So there you go. I'm being naive. I know they're not in the future, but it's just a different time zone. Don't start blasting me about that. But do something more than sit in front of the TV, watch all these stupid movies. When we're not watching them, we're talking about them, like, you know, when we used to watch them. Kind of like music too. They can't come up with original songs. They do these what is it called, mashups now. A co-worker was listening to this country song, and I don't really listen to it. It just plays in the background, not too loud or anything like that. But I was walking past and I heard it. I was like, that's a rap song from the 90s. So I was like, whatever, I've heard that before. Came back in another one and another one. So they're taking little bits and pieces of all these songs from the 90s, mashing them up into one song and turning it country. I don't know. I'm not in the music business. Who am I supposed to say anything about that? Yeah, Star Wars is good until Disney took it over, I think. Traffic's not bad in Minnesota. Everything's recycled. Music's recycled. Music's been recycled since the 50s, where they took old country and blues songs and turned them into rock and roll. I mean, the Beatles did stuff original, and that's why they're super. The artists that are really big are the ones that can actually sing and come up with their own music. You haven't watched the movie in a long time? Yeah. I tried to watch one, To Find a Killer. It was all right. It It was all right. But yep, that's my time, 7:30. It's time to go. I have to go to my real job. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and joining me today. I really appreciate that, as always. It's time to go, guys. Have a great one. I'll see you next time. Bye.